Hey everyone, welcome to episode 65 of the Return Policy, and today I'm doing a mini review on this controller accessory right here, and this is the PowerA Wireless Controller GameCube style for the Nintendo Switch. So as many of you may know, during this whole time, there's been definitely a shortage of trying to find some decent first-party Nintendo accessories, even first-party consoles from Nintendo as well too. And so after a lot of uneventful and unsuccessful attempts at trying to get a replacement Joy-Cons, and I do have about 3 pairs where nearly 4 of them out of the 6 Joy-Cons that I currently own have some kind of drifting issue, or or they're actually damaged beyond repair. And so going shopping and trying to find a replacement controller or Joy-Con has been mostly even impulse wise is kind of difficult to find it. There's always the Heyyy pad that the third-party one was really good, but looking around at GameStop, looking around at the stores available, even online, I still settled on something like this because I wanted to try my hand at one of these wireless controller kind of solutions, whereas instead of using a USB or even a USB dongle to play another controller, why not give this one a shot? And so I thought I would like to do a mini review of this for you today. So here's the PowerA Wireless Controller GameCube style for the Nintendo Switch. And I must admit that I wasn't really interested in getting a GameCube style controller or anything that wasn't really first party, but to be honest, because I had so much trouble trying to find a first party controller such as just a regular old gray Joy-Cons or even the snazzier newer colors, I started to realize that I might not be able to find a replacement controllers that I enjoy using. And in this case, even my Pro controller from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, that started to have some drift as well too. So here we are with the wireless controller. I picked this one up at our local GameStop, primarily out of impulse, but at the same time, I was kind of intrigued by, hey, I do like the feel of the GameCube controller, and it is wireless, so I'm missing the NFC. Maybe I can get by without it, and even the rumble. But motion controls, sure, it has the full capability of a Nintendo Switch controller, as opposed to using the GameCube adapter that was missing a few buttons, or even the quality of life, like the home button, the capture button, and even just being able to sync with the Nintendo Switch wirelessly. Inside the box, there's not that much. I had opened it previously just before testing, and you got your instruction manual, a little bit of paperwork, just basic instructions on how to pair the controller with the console, which isn't too difficult. I thought it was, but I was wrong. It does come with 2 AA batteries to start with, as well as some light plastic packaging for the controller itself. So the quality of the controller itself is actually pretty good, even after this time. I've probably owned this for almost 2 months now, and I've used it not exclusively to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but I have been using it extensively with that control scheme. But I wanted to show that it also works with other games as well too, that you'll see. But overall, and I have my older GameCube controllers, even including the GameCube Wavebird controller, and I have to admit that I really love the feel of the joystick, the kind of the clacking noises that you can hear over here. I love the travel of all the buttons, from the big green A button to the smaller B button, even the C stick. And so even the left stick and the C stick does have a clicking function, kind of like the L3 and R3. And they've also added a left bumper, or at least 2 left kind of buttons, not just the trigger. I don't know what they really truly added, but it felt really good. Now maybe just a little bit of thickness compared to your traditional wired GameCube controller, or it's even a little bit thicker, similar to the Wavebird, and a little bit heftier, including the batteries for the Wavebird. And so like I mentioned before, the feel of the buttons are really good. The joystick is very tactile. You can hear the clacking noises as soon as you hit each diagonal or down, or even trying to just use it for normal side-scrolling games. But I was pleasantly surprised on how reactive the controller was, even though it's wireless and say you can only trust the latency as much as you can. But in my honest opinion, and playing quite a bit of Smash Brothers, Super Mario Kart, and even other ones like Dead Cells, I could not tell any discernible difference in latency as opposed to say plugging it in directly with a GameCube controller or in handheld mode with the traditional Joy-Cons. So all in all, I just wanted to say how it was a pleasure using this controller, and still is, to be honest, while I'm still on the lookout for some replacement Joy-Cons that aren't drifting or physically broken. That's my fault. I am thoroughly enjoying this controller. Granted, if you wanted to get it to work on a different Switch, you do have to go through the pairing process, which is the gray button right on top. But just like pairing any other Pro controller, you go into your Switch main settings, and then you go ahead and hit that button, and it'll see it as a Pro controller. And it's very simple. And after that, you're ready to go. So as you can tell from like the videos, this was primarily designed to be a GameCube style controller, and of course what primarily game for the Switch uses the GameCube style controller, and that's for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. But even though it's designed for Super Smash Bros., it does give you all the amenities of a modern Nintendo Switch controller. So both shoulder buttons, motion controls, unfortunately no NFC, so it doesn't allow you to scan amiibos, and no rumble in order to save some of the battery life, but it's actually a really good controller. I actually enjoyed just the articulation of this stick, and even the C stick. And so I didn't really play a whole lot of GameCube back then outside of say the Rogue Squadron or Rogue Leader type of games, and so getting reacquainted with the GameCube controller for your normal Smash Bros. Games, or even the ones that I was shown earlier, if it's for Mario Kart, or even for Mario Kart, and even more intensive kind of 2D games like Dead Cells, I found this one a really suitable kind of alternative than using the Pro controller, which I do already own, and it also has a little bit of issues as well too, even drifting for that one. How odd for a Pro controller. So that's not to say with all the advantages of this controller and all the kind of features, this one still is quite a hefty price tag at a US $49.99 kind of price tag. So if you can't find that at a better deal or at a promotion, paying it for this full price and still being fairly close to an actual Nintendo Switch Pro controller, it is a tougher decision. But as far as availability, it is not a tough decision. You can find these at most of your retailers or online retailers as well too. I'd say this guy here, the PowerA Wireless Controller, GameCube style, is a keep it. Anyways, that's it for me this time. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this little mini review of mine. If you thought this was in any way informative on trying to find a backup controller, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. If you thought, you know what, I'm good, I already have the adapter, or my Joy-Cons are not broken like yours, Brian, go ahead and hit that thumbs down button. That's cool too. And if you wanted to stick around with me for that semi-long run, I still plan on doing as many of these videos, mini reviews, all sorts of things. Please feel free to hit that subscribe button. And if I haven't mentioned it already or tried to slide it in somewhere in the video, I also am planning to do a little bit more streaming, super casual. My okay to fail attempts will be on there, as well as my gaming family attempts will also be on Twitch. So feel free to go to that link, or at least visit me there, and would love the interaction with you folks. Other than that, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this little mini review of mine. I'll see you next time. Bye.